to my channel. If you're new and you've just joined us, hey, hello, my name is Sabrina, and if you've already subscribed, you know, as always guys, mwah, love you all. So today we've got a kind of like handy tips, tricks, hacks, 2.2 seconds to get your makeup looking sharp, ASAP, flawless, and make an impact to the world, I guess. Yeah, so today I'm going to be doing a full face of my top 10 tips that I personally think that every girl, every boy who ever loves makeup should know doing their makeup. It's the most easiest and simplest steps, and their steps are very basic, but however, I just think every person who does makeup should know these tips. So if you want to see how I got all this going on, because I done my top 10 tips and got this kind of look, then please keep watching guys. So tip number 1, for your brows, I always use Anastasia Beverley Hills Dip Brow Pomade, and every time I use that I always set my brows. That is for if I want my brows to last all day, not budge, no smudging. There's nothing worse doing your brows and then going out and smudging them and you ain't got a backup. Like, I just cannot stand that. Like, and then someone's like to you, Sabrina, your brows are smudged. Like, no, I can't do that. So if you're a pomade girl, always set your brows. Keeping it onto brows, for clean looking brows, just use concealer just to carve them out and clean them up and tidy them up. It works wonders guys. So tip number 2, let's talk eyeshadow. So to get the best pigmentation of your eyeshadow, I always use a bright eye base, but obviously I do makeup, creative makeup, bright bold colours eyeshadow, but for basically everyday simple eye looks, I will always use a concealer. This one is currently the Revolution Conceal Define concealer. I think it's like £4 in Superdrug, so it's really cheap and affordable. But for my base concealer, I will use C10. But for my eyeshadow base, I will use C5. So I will really go a few shades up to really get the pigmentation of my eyeshadow. So brighter the concealer, brighter the shadow. If you want your eyeshadow to pop, get a bright concealer. And for a good eye base, I always use the plouise base, and this is in shade Rumour. So what we're going to do, we're just going to apply the Makeup Revolution C5 concealer. It will always look a lot brighter than your skin colour because obviously you're really going a few shades up. But just basically pat that all over the lid. It may look slightly crazy at the beginning, but trust the process guys. So you're basically creating a blank canvas for your eyeshadow. So we're going to go in with the Morphe 25A palette. Can you believe how broke this is? But I need to protect my shadow, so I always keep this on. And I'm now going to show you how bright a dark brown will pop on your eyes. So we're just going to pat that all over the lid. You see, literally, whatever colour you see in the palette, it will literally be the same colour on your eyes. So I'm just going to pat that all over the lid. So we're really getting that colour and the most sort of pigmentation of the eyeshadow. And it is really, guys, as simple as that. Then I'm just going to blend this in, smoke it out. Because our eyelids are quite dark and dull looking, when you don't create a base for your eyeshadow and you just literally apply your eyeshadow straight onto your skin, the eyelid will literally soak up and drain the pigmentation of your shadow. So yeah guys, always use a bright concealer for your eyeshadow and your eyeshadow will pop. So the third tip is quite a popular one. I hear all the time people say, I can't get my wing liner straight. How do I get my wing liner straight? So basically all you do, you just get a bit of sellotape and just line it up with your eye. So today I'm going to be using the NYX Matte Liquid Liner. So all you do basically is make sure the sellotape is safe and secure and literally stuck to your skin. And literally look down in the mirror and drag the wing liner up along the sellotape. Along the sellotape. And then just create your tail. And it is as simple as that guys, so you don't have to worry about whether it's straight. The only thing you've got to do is just then line it up on the other side and make sure they're equal. But basically if you line up the the sellotape with your eye, because the sellotape is straight, you cannot go wrong with that solution. Like, it's such a good hack, and trust me, once you get the knack of it, of where you want to position your sellotape along with your eye, you will be doing wing liner every day, guys, because it is just so easy. So I've waited for a few seconds for it to dry, so I'm just going to pull it off. And it is as simple as that, guys. People think wing liner is so technical, but really, using that trick, it really isn't. So moving on to tip number 4. Now this is another big thing, like, that every girl, or most girls that I know who don't know how to apply lashes, like, have a hell of a problem. So we've got lashes. I got gifted these by falselashes.co.uk, which I will put in the description box below. So today I'm going to be using the peaches and cream lashes. They're just like so nice. So if you want to check them guys out, this is where you can purchase the lashes if you like any of them. I've got styles number 2, number 9, and number 19. I will pop the link in the description box for you down below, guys, if you want to check them out. They have some lovely lashes. Like, they have lashes of all brands, so really handy to check them out because they're so affordable too. So today I'm going to use number 19, I think. So to apply lash, we're going to put the mirror underneath our chin and we're going to look down, and then you can literally see where the lash is going on your eye. So then you literally place the lash down, and it's literally that simple, guys. And guys, if you want a tutorial that's more in depth about applying lashes, I do have a full video on that too, so I will pop that in the description box for you also. So tip number 5, everyone should know, to make your foundation look more flawless, to make your foundation last longer, so everything sits nice on the base. What is a really good tip is that you use a primer, and if you want a glowy look, then you use a dewy primer. If you want a matte look, then you use a matte primer. It's as simple as that, guys. So I'm just going to be using my MAC Prep and Prime Skin Base Visage. A lot of people think that priming is not necessary. It makes your foundation last so much longer, and it literally, when you lay the foundation on your skin, it literally sits so much better. I know it's such an invisible tip, but it's such a tip that I personally think that every girl needs to do in their makeup routine. And the foundation I'm going to be using today, guys, is the MAC Studio Fix Fluid in NC35. And when I apply my foundation using a brush, I always use a buffing brush, because it's got a nice round end instead of it being really harsh and flat. So this is what will give the bounce to the foundation, and it will lay it really flawless on top of the primer. And then when you've concealed your under eye, I'm currently using the e.l.f. 16 Hour Camo Concealer. I'm literally obsessed with this stuff. Always set your under eye. So because this is very easy and simple hacks, I just literally put a bit of powder in the lid, swirl the brush around, and just sweep it under the eye. But really get into the crevices of your eye when you're sweeping. And that will literally make your concealer not budge and last all day and all night. So still keeping it tip number 6, what we're going to do, when you apply your powders, just literally pat it on your face so you're not disturbing the foundation. Literally just bounce it off your face and push that product into the skin or the foundation. And that will give you more of a flawless finish and a flawless look than you literally going in with the brush like that, swooping it across your face. Literally just pat it in, keep patting it in your face. So this basically goes for any powder after the foundation you apply on your face, whether it's a bronzer, whether it's a powdered highlighter. And with highlighter, I literally just get a small brush and just literally just tap it on, which is still bouncing, but I literally just tap it on. I never do that, because you get more of an airbrushed finish look, and plus the blending, guys. The blending is so more on point than when you're swooping it all over your face. So basically that is how you get a flawless base. So for tip 7, we all like that smoky eye, that sultry looking date night eye. Like, every woman loves a smoky eye. So just get an angle brush. So basically we're going to get a black eyeshadow powder. So on my Zoeva wing liner brush, we're just gonna tap into it, and this is basically gonna give you a soft, sultry, smoky eyeliner, because a lot of people just think you need to use pencil. To get that soft, sultry, smoky eyeliner, you need to use a powder too with the pencil. So the quickest way to do that is basically dip into the powder and just literally pat that product and just keep building up that colour until you're satisfied with how smoky you want your eye to look, whether you want it really intense or you want it to look really natural. The choice is yours, guys. You're then going to go and literally just smoke that out and blend that into the previous shadow. So just literally keep the product to the waterline. And then all you do is you just get your kohl eyeliner, and that is literally, guys, how you get such an intense smoky waterline and a smoky eye and sultry and that date night kind of glam. Because to be honest, having a smoky eye makes a big difference to makeup, and I personally think every girl should know how to do it in 2019. Like, come on, we're in 2019, girls. We all should know how to pull a smoky eye off now, properly. And you see the difference, what it does. Like, it's just amazing. I just love it. Like, to be honest, it's one of my favourite tips that I love doing. And moving on to hack number 8. And then another fun fact tip, I'm just going to chuck in the video just because it is something that I do. And I know many girls have freckles, because I personally have freckles. But how you can enhance them or create freckles if you want freckles, if you think the freckle vibe is for you, then basically get a dark brown brow powder. And on my Real Techniques, like kind of like pencil brush, I just dip into the powder and just lightly go over randomly my nose and create some freckles. Sometimes I go hard, sometimes I go dark, and then just pat them down, pat the powder down just to blend it into the skin so they look more natural. And guys, in a split of 2 seconds, all of a sudden, just like that, we've got freckles. And tip number 9 is about highlighter. Everyone talks about my highlighter's popping. Yeah, I'm glowing to the gods. This, that and the other. Well, to make your highlighter pop in, to glow to the gods with your highlighter, you need to wet it. Any spray you can get that's to do with makeup. So basically, I'm going to use my Barry M Tri-Blend highlighter in Bronze Deco. What you do is you just dab your brush in, get a lot of product on it, and then spray your brush. That will literally melt the product on your brush and literally make your highlighter pop. So it's shiny, shiny. You see that? It is just shining, shining. Like, sometimes I have to pat it down because this highlighter is a bit too much and too intense. And highlighter is a big deal these days. Like, everyone loves highlighter. Highlighter has made such a big impact in makeup, like, over the past few years. It is important to know how you work your highlighter. Now, I think that is a tip that every girl should know too in 2019, 100%. So lastly, tip number 10 is to do with lips. Now, everyone goes on about ombre lips because the in trend now is women with full lips. Like, full lips now is in. Now, the whole ombre lip, no one really wears now, really, just one lip colour unless you're really wearing a lipstick. But now there's liquid lipsticks, there's matte lipsticks, there's satin lipsticks, there's all kinds of lipsticks, all kinds of lip glosses, lip liners. There's just so much these days going on with the lips. So we're going to do a quick tip of, I think you should know, of ombre lips. So this tip you can use on any lipstick, any liquid lipstick. All you need is a bright concealer. As again, I use C5 because it's really bright and it will really ombre my lips, and it will also make your lips look fuller. So I'm currently using the L'Oreal lip paint in Deadlock. Is it Deadlock? Dead Lips. Sorry guys, Dead Lips. So we're just going to apply this to the lips. I have lined my lips as well, guys, because I always do that. Now, to make your lips look slightly plumper and the whole ombre effect, just get your light concealer and just literally pat it, and then pat it on your lips, just literally in the middle of your lips. It's literally, guys, like a 2-second job, and and that is literally how you do ombre lips. It's the quickest way of doing it that works with any kind of lip that you want, so you ain't messing around with this colour liquid lipstick, that colour lipstick and all that. Just get a bright concealer and it will literally change the lip colour in an instant to an ombre. So guys, this is a finished look of my kind of like the top 10 tips, tricks, hacks, things you should know in 2019 that I think is so helpful, makes such a difference to when you do your makeup, to your application of makeup, to how your makeup looks, the flawless finish, the flawless base. So I hope you did enjoy this video and I hope it was helpful, and do comment below if there was any tips that you thought would be really useful for you. I'd love to hear them, and all the products I use I will list down below. And if you want to see me on a daily, hop over to my Instagram. I will link that in the description box below for you guys. And by the way guys, I upload twice a week, every Wednesday, every Sunday. And by the way guys, ciao for now. Bye guys.